Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Elsinore. I'm gonna do all my intros from the start menu for this game because I did not anticipate the added stress that a in-game timer would add to the recording experience. I love the time loop mechanic myself, but it's gonna make this an interesting playthrough to be sure. So just to recap what happened in the last episode, um, Ophelia had a dream of all the characters we've met so far dying horrible, tragic deaths. She woke up to Hamlet barging into her room, very distraught, and then she had an interesting sort of headache. We don't know what that's about yet, but we're just gonna jump back into it.
Ophelia!
Don't think I missed Hamlet leaving your room just now, Ophelia.
Father.
What's wrong? I turned the volume back up. I lowered the music but turned the master volume back up because I want you to be able to hear the voice acting, which is unobtrusive and very charming.
You mustn't!
Only last night we discussed this. Why did I see Hamlet coming out of your chambers? Did nothing I say stick with you? Were you deceiving me? I can explain. And he was half clothed, too. If only someone else had seen him dashing out like that. I shudder to think of it. I'm going to have to speak to the king about this. I cannot hide this from him. Unless, I suppose, you can offer some explanation for this transgression.
Oh,
Ophelia?
Ophelia,
I.
I'm sorry, father. I don't feel well. I had such an odd vision last night. A vision? No, never mind it. It's past now. I'll sleep better this evening, I think.
Be careful.
Be careful, love. That's all I ask. Carrying on like this, it terrifies me. I don't want you hurt. Ophelia learns about a future event in which the king holds court about recent events. This is your timeline. Here you can see past events Ophelia knows about, as well as future events which might occur. Right, this is a past event. Hamlet's ravings interrupt my sleep. You can see which characters attended the event and what came of it, including Hamlet. Future events are marked in blue. Because Elsinore's state is constantly changing, there is no guarantee a future event will happen for sure, including Bernardo, King Claudius, and Polonius. Okay. Let's talk to him, tell him about what Hamlet did. What you saw in my bedroom wasn't my doing. Hamlet burst into my room and accosted me.
Father.
He's out of his mind, father. Something's wrong with him.
Yes.
It is true that his mood has been exceptionally poor as of late, but that doesn't excuse. I mean, more than usual. His clothing was torn, he was completely out of sorts, speaking gibberish.
What?
Oh dear, that is unusual, even for him. Once spurned, a young man's heart cannot be so easily tempered. I don't think this is related to my spurning him. Something else is wrong. I know it. Perhaps you bring up your experience the next time the king holds court. So that's a hint that we should go to the event that was in the timeline and tell Claudius about it. Though I'm afraid I don't know whether the queen has any intention of disciplining him. Or tell Gertrude, I guess. The prince and me. Okay. Alright. So this is our new lead. Prince Hamlet's madness. Hamlet showed up in my room, raving incomprehensibly. He's been difficult before, but this is strange even for him. What could be causing him to act out like this? Hamlet is acting very. No, that's not. Hamlet and I were in a relationship once, but it ended poorly. I could rekindle the flame if I wanted. And should I tell him about the dream? I had a strange nightmare where I saw the royal court killed, but it felt real. My dear, I'm sorry you had a terrible dream, but fundamentally they are without consequence. It felt as though I'd experienced it all before. I saw Hamlet run you through with a sword. You went to spy on him over his behavior, and.
Of course not.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Mad as he may be, Prince Hamlet would surely never hurt me. In fact, I have every intention of ensuring Hamlet causes no harm to anyone. I intend to find him at my earliest availability. He seems to frequent the same odd places these days. A feature event in which Polonius questions Hamlet. When would that happen? After court. Okay? So, no. There's a little bit of time before court, so maybe I should head to Hamlet's room, where there's an event happening. That's what the purple means. Oh. My lord, are you well?
Of course not.
Of course I'm not well. How could I be? You were there. You saw everything.
Well.
Perhaps you ought to lie down a while. Or have a drink. You know, I've a bottle of brandy from the year you were born. Probably turned to shit by now, though.
Marcellus.
Leave me, Marcellus. Your kindness is wasted. My lord, will you not even come to this morning's court?
I can't.
I don't think I can face him. Not after what I heard last night. But if you don't come, won't he be displeased? I knew your father well. He always kept a strong face in times like these. And so should you. Come, my lord, I'll accompany you. So be it. All right. Where are they going? I could have followed them. What time is it? 9:30. Marcellus, I fear I'm truly going mad. Not at all, my prince, not at all. Try and wipe what you saw from your mind. But it was real, wasn't it? I don't think I can face my uncle. I'll stay out here. Alright, court's going on, so I think we should go here because that's what Polonius suggested.
Let us hear the report.
My thanks for your swift attendance.
Fortinbras.
Fortinbras has decided there is no need to continue the bad blood between our nations, my lord. He wishes for safe passage to Poland. That requires him to cross our lands. A harmless enough request, given his recent peace offer. In the interest of repairing our friendship, I will allow him passage. Right, my lord. Fortinbras will cross Denmark. That's what they believe. My king, I also have a grievance. Sorry to, interrupt the flow of the war chamber, so to speak, but it's a pressing personal concern.
Speak.
Speak your mind.
Hamlet.
Hamlet is acting quite mad. He threatens Ophelia's safety and her happiness, too. Oh, my poor Hamlet. I agree, he's been doing poorly as of late.
Oh, then.
But I believe I have identified the cause. Hamlet is lovesick. He's a man obsessed, and he's after my daughter. She told me he accosted her in her private chambers, in her own bed, mad as a horse in heat. Heated as a stag in rut, as a hound in...
Polonius.
I get the point, Polonius. Excellent! That's all I wanted to impart. Of course, I've given word to Ophelia to rebuke him for disregarding whatever dalliance they once had. As well we know they did once. But if all of this is true, then Hamlet is in a worse state than even I anticipated. Are you sure he wasn't invited in? Not a chance. That is no offense to young Hamlet, of course.
My lady.
What my father says is true. I didn't invite Hamlet into my chambers. And he seemed to be unusually disturbed.
Ah.
Oh my apologies then, Ophelia. When he returned from Wittenberg, I thought, well, no, none of that talk here, love. Interesting. There may be more to this than mere love sickness.
What?
What do you mean by that? You and I should meet to discuss this further privately. Perhaps tomorrow. In the meantime, Lady Ophelia, I urge you to stay away from Hamlet.
Of course.
Of course, my lord. Father and the king planned to catch Hamlet.
Now then.
I turned the court to a more pressing matter. My lord, I believe the possibility exists that someone disloyal to Denmark exists within this court, and they may wish to do you harm.
A spy?
You mean a spy?
A spy.
Indeed, a spy amongst us. I have good reason to believe this threat is real. It may even be from outside Denmark. For example, though I welcome Fortinbras's request to cross our lands on his way to attack Poland, we cannot ignore that he recently threatened to wage war on us. A missing keyring, coded messages found just outside the castle. These are the signs of subterfuge. We have dealt with it before. I believe the threat is not simply outside Elsinore's walls, but within them as well. Come to think of it, I found certain personal items of mine disturbed last night after my door was bolted for the evening. If true, this is deeply worrying. We must be diligent. However, as we have no culprit in hand, I cannot yet take this threat seriously. Bernardo, I task you with speaking to all those who might have further information.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord. That is all. You may adjourn. Guard Captain Bernardo believes there's a spy in Elsinore but doesn't know their identity. What do you think? To catch a spy. Bernardo suspects that there is a spy in Elsinore Castle, stealing sensitive information and passing it on to unknown forces. I wonder who it could be. Alright, so now we want to go here to the Royal Gallery. I remember this is not the most efficient way to the Royal Gallery. The tracking in this game is not always perfect.
My prince.
What are you reading, my prince? Nothing. Just words. Words, words, words.
Fascinating.
Certainly one presumes so, unless you have become illiterate. But do tell me, words about what? Meaningless drivel. This author thinks old men have wrinkled faces and gray beards. What does he know? About anything. He says that they prattle on and on and on, thinking they are all wise when they really have no wisdom at all. And weak thighs at that. I find the notion odd, since old men could be as young as I if they only walked backwards like crabs. Bye, Horatio.
There is a method to this.
The boy's insane. Or is he simply mocking me? Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. What did you say?
Farewell.
Nothing, my prince. I should take my leave. Ah, good. There is nothing I'd rather you take. Except perhaps my life. So, Polonius just got red. I feel like there's a slang term I'm trying to say, but alright, so there are some things we can ask people about. We can at this point, probably just go around until the next event. We can go around asking people about all the things we have to tell them. Hamlet is acting incredibly strangely. Do you know why?
Spare me.
You really can't imagine? You left him in pieces. Everyone knows it.
Listen.
This was beyond any lingering feelings he might have for me. This was madness. He was wild-eyed, raving. Oh, that is interesting then. You know, I've overheard the most interesting argument before your brother left for Paris. He and Hamlet were shouting at each other in the hallway. I could hear it from my chambers. The walls were practically shaking. Your brother said he was going to write your father a letter, and if the problem wasn't resolved by his return, he'd strangle Hamlet to death. He does seem to threaten to strangle Hamlet a lot, though. Either way, perhaps that letter is what's put Hamlet into such a fit. Were I you, I'd have a look, Feely. I've heard the news about a spy in Elsinore. What do you know?
Brit.
Oh, Feely.
As much as you do, Feely. I must admit, Claudius's constant paranoia gets tiresome. I don't know how the Queen stands it. Powerful men can be so odd. Did you hear about the last King of England? Some said he was madder than Hamlet. He even had his pretty young wife killed. In public. With the way Claudius has been carrying on lately. Anyhow, isn't it Bernardo's occupation to worry about such things? Bother him, why don't you? Okay. Well, there are all sorts of things, but we can go to the courtyard now. There's an event happening.
Hamlet!
Hamlet!
Gilda?
Rosie? Gilda? What in the hell are you both doing here? Coming to visit you, of course.
Let me think.
We were on our way to stuff our faces at the German court. To pay our respects, she means. Yes, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are women in this, and they're the best characters. Hands down. Well, Gilda is the best character. Right. And they thought we'd pay you a visit, too. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are two of Hamlet's oldest friends from the university. I hadn't met them until recently. They're both the daughters of wealthy noble families, but come from foreign lands. Rosencrantz is the latter and more sure-footed of the two women, and there's a clear imbalance in their dynamic. Something has evidently made them inseparable, though. Guildenstern appears to be the more reserved of the two, and often follows in Rosencrantz's shadow. I wonder what she's like and what she knows about Hamlet.
Rosie?
You came purely to see me? Of course! What's got you down, old friend? I mean, aside from your father dying in the awful snake incident, bitten in the garden, was it?
Gilda?
You're being obscene. Who knew Danish snakes were such a prolific threat?
Honestly.
Hamlet, we truly are sorry to hear about your father's passing. Really.
Listen.
It's all right. You're not being straight with me. Why are you both here? Did you really come of your own accord?
Of course. Oh, what?
Rosie, that's not true. What about that letter from his uncle? Shh!
I see.
My uncle sent you.
Um,
I knew it. The dog. He's even got you two watching me now. No, believe us, Hamlet, we came only to pay our respects, not for anything nefarious.
yeah.
Your new father seems worried about you. Hamlet now wants to avoid Lady Rosencrantz, and that Rosencrantz wants to impress King Claudius. Oh, Ophelia's current event is interrupted by a sudden interlude. My head won't stop throbbing. It feels as if something's... Oh dear, this won't do. This guy, oof. Thank goodness. Father, what happened? You had a fainting spell. You've been asleep. We're fortunate someone saw you collapse and raised the alarm. Who? Some traveling thespian. Peter Quince, his name was, I think, here to perform a play for His Majesty.
Ophelia.
You must be more careful. I've called for the court physician, but I don't know how soon he'll be here. If something worse had happened,
Father.
I'm all right. I feel perfectly fine now. And how wonderfully grateful I am for that. If you see that Quince man, you must thank him profusely. I believe he's putting on a performance in just a few minutes in the great hall. If you dress and go now, you'll make the start of it. That would be an opportune time to express your gratitude, don't you think? I'll be there. I've got to attend to His Majesty, but please don't overtax yourself, I beg of you. Peter Quince's performance, Quince and Prince Hamlet's madness. The performance is about to start. I wonder if that's the man my father mentioned.
My lady.
Lady Ophelia. So terribly good to see you in the land of the living. I must express my most sincere thanks to you, Sir Quince.
Please.
No, sir. Peter Quince, the one-man thespian, at your service any time, my lady. I'm passing through to put on one of my performances for His Majesty's court. When I saw you collapse earlier, you gave me quite a start. Were it not for you, I'm not certain what would have happened. It is rather disarming when one's mortal coil fails one, isn't it? On that topic, have you been to Elsinore before? We've had performers at the castle often, but I cannot say I recall your face. I've visited now and then over the years. It is unfortunate I have never made your acquaintance. Coincidence, perhaps? Or fate? Now please, you must excuse me. My performance is about to begin, after all. But if you ever find you need assistance in your endeavors, please do find me. And what endeavors might those be? That's neither here nor there. Suffice to say, there are fascinating things at work in Elsinore Castle. The machine which has been set in motion can no longer be halted. Not now. It will be frightening at first, but then everything will become clear. And then we shall speak further, you and I. Alright. Quince is a traveling player who occasionally comes to put on productions at Elsinore Castle. He writes and performs all of his own material, often on short notice. I recall he was rather close once with the late King Hamlet and was a favorite performer of his. It seems that Hamlet is concentrating most of his energy on putting on a play for this Saturday. Something's brewing. I feel uneasy about this. Yeah, okay.
Welcome, one and all.
Thank you for coming, lords and ladies. I, your humble playmaster, have arranged a most magnificent show for you tonight. And with my many changing faces, I am to please all who look upon me. So, without further ado, a tale of tragedy and woe.
The Murder of Gonzago.
I don't think we've seen this one before, have we, my love? It's not familiar to me, no. I, for one, am thoroughly excited. Horatio, keep a close eye on Claudius. Watch his face for me. Certainly. But why?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Our tale, my friends, takes us to the fair city of Vienna, where King Gonzago and his wife, Baptista, are not so happily wed. My king, let us count 1,000 journeys of the sun and moon again before our love be done. Oh, my love, I must leave you soon. My form is weak and frail, and thou shalt live in this fair world behind. But never fear, a new husband you shall find. Confound the rest. Loving anyone else would be treason in my breast. The only women who can love a second husband must surely have killed the first. Naturally, Gonzago's evil brother Lucianus has something more sinister in mind. He plans to steal his brother's crown for himself.
Ha!
Ah ha ha! None of you shall sit upon the throne but I, Lucianus. Lucianus poisons his own brother as he lies sleeping in the garden.
Her!
Die, you old fool, once and for all.
Oh!
What do you call this play again, Goethe? I cannot recall.
Oh, my dear.
The queen comes across the body of her dead husband.
Oh.
My love, my king, please awaken from your slumber and hold me. My love, why are your lips so pale and your cheeks so white? He is dead. What is this performance? Who organized this? Hamlet, stop the performance. Haven't you seen what you meant to?
Wait.
Here's the important part. Now, as king, the evil Lucianus swoops in to retrieve his prize, the queen.
Who?
Come now, Queen Baptista. To the altar we must hurry. I protest. I'll never love you.
Oh.
But, my lady,
Oh.
how can I ever love another after Gonzago? What do you think, mother? The lady protests too much.
Stop.
I need to leave.
Claudius.
I feel ill. I need to leave now. Cancel the play.
My lord.
The entire play? Now. Well, that was odd. Hush, Horatio. Everyone will have sweetmeats served in the grand hall shortly. Nothing to worry about. I knew it. Did you see his face, Horatio? I'll take that spirit's word for 1,000 pounds. I saw it too. He's gone and run off. I'm going to pursue him. I have to know the truth one way or another. For some reason, Claudius was deeply upset by that play. The play targets Claudius. Ophelia learns about an event in which the king seeks salvation. I should go see that. The start of this game is mostly about just seeing the events of Hamlet play out. Rather than try to make anything happen yourself. Hello, boys. I don't know how to do this. Are you even listening, Lord?
Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven.
Even if you cannot forgive me, I can't bear this alone, not anymore. Claudius coming undone.
I killed him.
I killed my brother. The oldest crime and the worst. The capsule believes it to be a snake bite which froze his blood as he slept in the garden. But I poured that poison into his ear myself. I remember the feel of it in my hands. I don't deserve anything of his. Not this crown, not my wife, none of it. I know it. I know I was wrong. But in that moment, it felt... You know my heart, don't you, Lord? I could see no other way out. I need salvation. Yet I am beyond salvation. All those who murder must go to hell. So your divine hand has written. Is it even possible to save my soul?
No.
How can it be? Is it really true?
Murderer.
So you murdered my father, eh? Now you die for it. Right, there's a lot to Claudius killed King Hamlet. Undeniable proof that Claudius murdered his brother. That we have a lot of stuff we can ask people. I think we learned more about Claudius. Claudius murdered his older brother, the late King Hamlet, and covered up his crime. He clearly carries an enormous amount of guilt over it and hasn't been able to find a way to confess. It's not even clear to me whether his wife knows, though she surely suspects. Hamlet's actions and plans seem to have borne fruit. After the play, King Claudius confessed to God that he was the snake who killed Hamlet's father. The revelation was stunning, but Hamlet was strangely unsurprised. His actions indicate he already knew. Where could he have gotten his information? King Claudius clearly holds a lot of power in Elsinore, but at a terrible cost. He killed his own brother, but what I don't know is why. What drives a man to do something like that? Maybe if I got to know the people close to him, I'd find out. It seems like the only person he trusts in the world is his wife, Queen Gertrude. Surely you didn't forget me when you made me lord. If I kill him while praying... He's a lunatic. He confessed to murdering my father. I should kill him. But if I do it now, while he's praying, he'll go to heaven. Ugh. I can't do it. Hamlet now wants to destroy King Claudius. I should go. I'm going to be ill. I can't stay here. So Hamlet chickened out. It's the middle of the night. I tried to stay asleep, I really did, but I just couldn't. Not after what I saw.
Claudius.
So King Claudius is a murderer, and no one but Hamlet and I know. There were whispers he killed his brother after King Hamlet's sudden death, but nothing with substance. Hamlet must have worked with Quince to put on a performance he thought would get Claudius to confess. But he didn't kill Claudius when he heard his confession, though I feared he might. Come to think of it, Claudius might come after us now too. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I'm afraid. What if things get worse? There's something happening at the docks. I don't know if we can go there right now. But that's the only event currently going on. Oh, she left. It's done. She left. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at that. So that means Polonius is dead. It's not entirely clear how that happened, though. But you know, all things considered, maybe we should talk to Hamlet. I'm sure we're going to get interrupted by something, since this isn't really an investigating part of the game. Oh, he's upset. We can't talk to him. Okay. So really, we just need to chill until something happens. Maybe Horatio knows something. The guards have locked up their chambers for the night. Okay. Who else? Who else? The guards seem to know something. Marcellus was talking to Hamlet about something that they both saw. Oh, there's an event going on, but we're not going to get to see it. Ah, found you. It's early for you to be wandering out like this. I couldn't sleep. Do you need something? Well, something unfortunate has happened. What is it?
I'm sorry, Ophelia.
I'm deeply sorry to be the one to tell you this. Your father has passed away. He was involved in an altercation with Prince Hamlet.
What?
Father? How? You're saying Hamlet killed father?
Hamlet.
Hamlet wasn't in his right mind, Ophelia. He was raving, insane. I've never seen him like that. I'm so sorry. It happened in the Queen's private chambers last night. I wasn't there to save him. Oh my God.
Father.
Why was my father in the Queen's chambers? How did all of it come to pass? At this time, my lady, I have no information.
Sorry to trouble you.
Apologize to have come to you like this so abruptly. I felt certain you'd want to know.
Please.
Take me to see him. We have not been able to find the body as of yet. Hamlet has gone and hidden it somewhere. My men are searching as we speak. I think Hamlet himself is undergoing a complete break from reality of sorts.
He was a good man.
This was a horrible tragedy. Nothing you might have done would have prevented this.
No.
That's not true. I saw it. I saw him die by Hamlet's hand in my dream, Bernardo. And I did nothing. I could have saved him. But I thought it was only a dream.
Ophelia!
It was just a dream. Dreams aren't reality. Whatever vision you saw, it was just that. All this, I feel like I'm going mad. What am I to do now, Bernardo? I just want to be with Laertes. I need my brother. I know, Ophelia. I know. I'll do my absolute best to bring Laertes back to Elsinore as soon as possible. And for what little it's worth, I am deeply, truly sorry. You and I have both known Hamlet all our lives. Never did we think him capable of murder. At the end of the day, I am the one wearing the armor. It was my duty to protect your father, and I failed him. Come. I have to break the news to the rest of the castle. Ophelia learns about an event in which Hamlet presses his mother on Claudius's actions. That's the event in which he kills Polonius, I believe.
I bring news.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for disturbing you. There have been some troubling circumstances. The castle is in a state of emergency until my men and I are able to investigate thoroughly. Lord Polonius died very suddenly last night as part of a deeply unfortunate accident. He died at the prince's hand. What? Oh. That boy.
Now then.
My men and I are still uncovering information about the event itself. I ask for your compassion for Lady Ophelia and Lord Laertes in this horrific time. Lord Polonius served the castle faithfully all his life. Whatever particulars surround his death, let us remember him as he was, a stalwart advisor to His Majesty Claudius and to King Hamlet before him.
Ophelia.
I'm so sorry. This is rotten. All of this. Is there anything I can do for you? Anything you need?
No.
Just send word to my brother, please. It still hardly feels real, Horatio. Be kind to yourself today. Give it time. My father's murder, my father's death. Bernardo just delivered the news. Father is dead. Hamlet killed him after the play Friday night. I am having trouble processing, believing that it's true. There's so much I would have done differently if I had known this is how it was going to end. I'll miss you, Father. There's something going on at the ground, so I guess I'll go there. Cleopatra! Hello, little one. I need some animal comfort. My dad just died. Oh.
My lady.
Fresh as a rose. You flatterer. Shall we stroll?
My queen.
I find myself poring over an interesting dilemma.
Hmm.
Oh, do you now? What is to become of Hamlet now? Are you to quietly betroth him somewhere, given all that's happened? Send him away into some new life?
Hmm.
Not with the predicament he's in. See, Gertrude and Horatio have a little friendship. I just love all these little side stories and relationships that this game has going on. They're a little preoccupied with the events of the story right now, but we can also find them having some like more personal, friendly discussions. So that's something to look forward to. His mind's all strange at the moment. He's killed a man. No court will want him. He shall be an outlaw in reputation, if not in name. I fear for his immediate future. Horatio, what will I do? I just... Everyone left rather hastily, it seems. I had to go find out where the others went. Lady Ophelia. Who's there? I am sorry for what I must do. Who are you? For whatever little it's worth, you are innocent of this matter. Denmark as it stands now must fall. It must fall. And you're the lamb whose blood must be spilled. So you're the spy the king warned about. You are real. The king is so abjectly useless he cannot even whip out an enemy in his own court. I didn't want to hurt you. Not really. They'll never know about this, of course. They'll think you drowned in the end, the louts. No! Ugh. I feel my body growing cold.
Stop.
No, please,
Back in my own bed?
But... How is this possible? I know what I saw. Someone definitely killed me.
Ophelia.
Hamlet.
His death. I see it with my own eyes, and the traitor is your own blood.
What?
I knew you were going to say that. How did I know? Have I seen this before? Everything's gone upside down. I need to get out of here. I can't breathe. I can't think. What is happening to me? My head's not pounding anymore. Okay. So, we were just murdered by the spy. And now we've woken back up a few days prior, on Thursday morning. So yeah, that's basically the loop that this game is going to go in. Starts on Thursday morning with Hamlet bursting into our room, and then it goes until Ophelia dies and it resets. So, and we have a lot of things to check up on. Why Claudius did what he did, what's going on with Hamlet, who the spy is, who's killing us. So just in that like introductory section, there's a lot set up, and you know I'm just very excited to get into the thick of it. So I have been Mars, and I will be back. Yeah, I will be back with more Elsinore.